later it leads to a foundation for the personality. Right. So there are three types of temperament. Like we divide the child into temperament like easy child, difficult child, and slow to warm up. Easy child is like a very acceptable, understandable, goes to warm child. Difficult child is intense, easy, frustrated, impulsive child. Right. That's the third one, slow to warm up next week. No questions about that. They will be a bit late. The overall percentage of easy child will be more compared to the other children. So another thing is called as a character. One is temperament, other is character. Character is a coding, is a coating, right? So these are the very raw things, which kids will have over a period of time. So they get a coating. The inner thing will be different. The coating will be different. That is some answers for that. So those things will start from the post 6, right? So like after 10, that they want to develop their own identity. They want to communicate, have kind of a like-minded friends. So those things will start post 10 years. Like that will lead to heightened self-consciousness and mood swings. So adolescence is 14 to 18 years. So we understand what we call Hadi Haraya, right? So if you consider Hadi Muru, Hadi Nalaku, right? So just whenever this Hadi Haraya starts, that adolescence, there will be hormonal changes. There will be different things. They have their own way of abstract thinking. They try to give proper reason. They may disagree whatever we tell as a teacher, as a parent. That will start at an adolescent age. So when these things are normal, right? So the argument with the teacher, argument with the parent, if it is a very short-lived, to particular reason, right, which are non-pervasive thing, those are considered as normal. When they are persisting, disturbing the children or students, we biosocial occupational thing, that is called as abnormal, right? So why these things are matters? Why our principal sir, our sir has chosen, Navi sir has chosen, because you are the first gatekeepers for the students, right? So whatever doctors or whatever parents, so even though you are more than a parent, you are a teacher as well as a parent. So you are the person who will identify them first. So if we give the first aid, at the first sight only, the things will disappear very fast. So 10 to 20% of students experience mental health disorders. The early onset affects adulthood outcome. So the start of the illness age is very, very important to tell about the prognosis. So according to recent guidelines, there is more than 128 children among 1,000, right, less than 6 years, will have one or other kind of a mental issues. But the problem is we will not be able to identify, or as a teacher we will not be able to identify, or we just discriminate them, or we keep scolding them, or as a parent also. So those things should be avoided. So if you go to the prevalence, right, anxiety is more 10 to 20%. Depression is 2 to 8, ADHD, attention deficit hyperactivity is 27, conduct is 2 to 10, learning disabilities as well as autism. These are the common things which we notice in children. So what is this anxiety? Anxiety is excessive worry or fear or avoidance beyond developmental level. So that fear is something abnormal at particular situation. This is again because of the early development things, or the false perception what they are receiving at a particular age. So usually we see here the separation in when they start going to school, or they come to the hostels, residential things. There we see more of these things. That's social phobia. When they have not had a proper exposure earlier, they will have a social phobia because of the unusual thoughts. So the next commonest thing we see is a depression, where there will be a pervasive sadness, loss of interest, impairment. So adult depression and the pediatric depression differs a lot. Here they will not tell about a low mood. It is more of their behavior. That is, they will not be interested. They will not be showing proper interest whatever activities you are doing. They are not going to follow your instructions. or they will be telling, they will be irritating, their friends are not able to follow the rules made by the teachers. Those are the things which we see commonly see in depression. So depression in pediatric age group differs from the adulthood. Same thing in the geriatric also. Geriatric, it is more of complaints, for instance, pain and ache, those things. Again, in common thing in depression, throughout the age is disturbed sleep. That one thing we can see in all age groups of the depression. Next, very problematic thing we notice in children is autism spectrum disorder. It appears very obvious in children, not like anxiety and depression, right? So it is a new behavior. The teacher, they will not follow any rules and they have their own of likes, right, which appears very unusual. So we call them as an eccentric, right? All kids will be doing something and one particular baby will be liking opposite of other kids. Those we see, and they will not have able to have poor eye-to-eye contact. They will have, don't have respect. They will not have that care emotion towards the parents as well as the teachers. So there some kind of unusual kind of harm sound they will be liking, or they will be fear that cotton, very soft thing. That unusual fear also they will have. They appear there in their own world. Right. Next most common thing we call this is attention deficit. Right. So here the baby will not able to put a proper attention. There is something called as a CST loop, corticostriato-thalamocortical loop, which includes the brain, basal ganglia. There some neurochemical imbalance will be happening. That's the reason they will not able to focus more on whatever task they have given or whatever life they are having. So these kids, because of the impaired attention, they will not able to focus. That will lead to poor academic performances. So that is one most important thing we should focus in the children, as they will not able to show good progress in their studies. Next is ODD, oppositional behavior. So parents keep complaining that makkala maate kelala ನೀವು ಒಂದು ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಒಂದು ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. Right, again if you make him to sit at one place, they will not sit at particular place. They keep on changing the place. That is one combination thing we see in kids. So these all the problems or issues should need a special concern and special attention. That the scolding or beating will not solve the provide a solution. So this is a pattern of anger, irritable mood, deviance, argumentative behavior. They have a frequent outburst temperament. They refuse to follow rules. They keep blaming others without any reason. They are easily get annoyed, elevated annoyed space. So they disturb themselves as well as the class. Next is a conduct disorder. So again, both appear same. There are few differences in this, right? So these will become what you call as antisocial personalities in adulthood. Antisocial means like they will not be to any rules. They will be reckless, right? These things again in series they show aggression. They keep fighting, bullying the others. They will not like to follow the rules. These are the things we commonly see in kids, right? The next important thing is an SLD, specific learning disorder. So to usually focus these things in your kids. Some will be good in some subjects, and again the same boy or girl will be not able to perform well in other subjects. So if they are not able to do the calculation, dyslexia, not able to write, not able to read dyslexia. So identifying in what area they are not functioning well, and providing the proper treatment for them, or taking them to proper consultant is very, very important in as here. So this was the slide which I showed before. Next. So next very important thing is a dissociative disorder. Dissociative is disassociation with the reality. It is a disassociation with the reality. So you might have seen, like especially in high school students, something plus 14 plus 13 plus, they start fainting whenever you score. They fall all of a sudden. They show some unusual behaviors. So here the stress will be in the form of psychological, which will come out as a physical form. So the person disassociates from the reality. So these are again very common in high school students, right? Again at that time again we whenever they we something called a pseudo Caesar, pseudo pits what we call. So they throw Caesar kind of thing, what we call pits. So usually that will be secondary to the stressor, which is psychological form. The output will be in the form of a physical. So this is one important thing we should identify as a high school teacher. Next. So another very important thing we are seeing in our children is screen addiction. So so many times we may feel that we are get addicted, right? So what is this addiction means? So addiction means like the attachment to something which will be disturbing our routine biological, social and occupational function. So if we are given the priority more than other things to any screen or anything, that is called as the addiction. So here excessive and compulsive use of digital devices, irritability when restricted, so late night living on social media and neglect academics, real world friends. So how to overcome next? So what are the warning signs or